Her appearance is the reason why half the time we acting out of character, because we're infatuated or we're in lust after the woman's appearance. But women fall in love with their ears, so they're very in tune with words. You dig? So it's important to know how to speak to a woman in a certain way. You dig? And a lot of times I always say, I was talking to one of my friends, I said, you will always be a better player than me. This was when I was young, back in the days. And you know, when you're a kid, you and your homeboy, y'all two players, y'all trying to see who can get the most women, right? And I used to tell him all the time, I say, you'll always be able to get more women than me because you lie better than I do. You dig? And he was a great liar. He knew how to tell a story. Me, I kept it all the way too honest, you dig? And I believe a man leads with the truth. So I was always honest with a lot of females, and because of it, you know, I have my share, of course, but I could have had more if I was a little bit disloyal, dishonest, you dig? And when you're honest with a female, it works against you. That's why I said women fall in love with their ears. It don't matter if it's the truth or not. It don't matter if it's real or not. If it sounds good and she's convinced on what you're saying, and she convinced that, you know, everything you're saying is truthful, she'll do whatever she desires for you, because at the end of the day, they fall in love with their ears, you dig? So you have to be able to know what to say at lightning speed. You have to know what to say at the drop of a dime. And if you're a good liar, oh man, you always gonna get your way if you're a good liar, because women fall in love with their ears. Now, I don't recommend you do that, you dig? I recommend you be honest and be truthful. I recommend that you be straight up, because if you lie, what happens is you waste a lot of time, you dig? To the guys that lie out there and they constantly lying to women, I've never seen a successful relationship or successful situationship with a guy and a female that with a guy that's constantly lying. If he's constantly lying, it's never going to work out, because the relationship was not built on solid grounds. You know what I mean? You might have an opportunity to be with a lot of women. You might have an opportunity to just, you know, engage with women on a certain level, but you won't be able to sustain that particular relationship for a long time. You wouldn't sustain that level of success with the woman throughout y'all relationship, because eventually your lies will get unraveled. Eventually your lies will expose you, you dig? And once that happens, that becomes a stain on your name, you feel me? And you're known in that space to be a liar. So I advise any guy out there to be more honest, be more truthful, and lead with the truth, because the man is the truth, you dig? And plus, you don't waste a lot of time. You don't waste a lot of time, and time is one of the most precious commodities out there in the world. So you don't want to waste a lot of your time. So you keep it real. You tell her what it is, and she may not like it. She might not even want to mess with you no more, and you might be disappointed because she got a fat ass. She's bad as, and you trying to knock it down. You feel me? And that may not go the way you want it to go. But you know what? You didn't waste your time, which is more valuable than anything she could offer you. And you didn't lose your self-respect. And you move with integrity. You dig? So it's always important to understand integrity is the essence of everything successful. If you want a successful relationship, you have to lead with integrity. If you want a successful business relationship, you have to lead with integrity. If you want a successful friendship with someone, you have to lead with integrity. So you have to be honest, lay your cards on the table, tell them what it is and not what it ain't. Because if you paint a picture that you cannot produce, it will eventually expose who you are. And if you a bullshitter, then that's what you're gonna get. Bullshit through the course of your life. So be honest and open with the female that you're dating. Be honest and open with any woman that you're interested in. And I'm going to keep it 100 with you. I ain't going to lie to y'all. I'm always going to keep it real. A lot of times it may not go your way. I'm going to keep it 100 with y'all. I ain't going to fake it. A lot of times it may not go your way because when you're honest, that's what comes with it. Consequences. You dig? More people would tell the truth if consequences was not attached to honesty. Anytime you honest with someone, there's going to be a consequence. If you did something wrong when you was young and your father, your mother asked you about it and you was truthful about it, there was a consequence to that truth. You're going to get your ass whooped. This is the reason why most kids lie, because they know at the end of telling the truth, there's not going to be a reward. Now, granted, I think a parent should actually commend their child for telling the truth. They should actually say, you know what? I appreciate you being honest with me. I appreciate you being truthful. I was going to whoop your ass if you lied, but because you owned up to your wrong, you took accountability, I'm not going to spank you. I'm not going to beat you. There will be a punishment, but they're not going to be a harsh punishment. So you kind of giving them, you commending them for being truthful. So they're getting a reward. And now that would lead more kids to tell the truth because they know there is not going to be a negative punishment connected to telling the truth. And I think if parents would do that in the beginning stages, then you'll have what's the word? You'll have a community of people that are brought up being more honest, being more truthful. There'll be more honest men out there. There'll be more men leading with the truth because we understand that being truthful is rewarding. It's not going to come with a negative reaction. You dig? But in the real world, in the world that we living in right now, anytime you tell the woman the truth, there's going to be met with a negative reaction. She's either not going to mess with you, depending on what you told her. She's not going to really be receptive to what you're saying, depending on the circumstances and the situation. And then sometimes you may find that one woman that accepts you being truthful and honest. You dig? And that's the woman you want anyway. That's the chick you want anyway. The one that accepts you for who you are, accept your flaws, accepts everything that comes with you. That's the one you really want. That's the one you want to kill time with or share your space and your time and energy with. The one that you got to lie to, the one that you got to finagle, the one that you got to jump through hoops just to maintain, that's not the one you want anyway. So this is the reason for my method of being truthful and honest, because I don't got time to play with you. I'm after the bag. I'm trying to get to this bread. I'm trying to get to this money. Now, if you're going to be in my life, listen, man, it got to come with certain stipulations. It got to come with certain programming and certain things that you got to be aware of if you want to be in my life, because my main focus is securing the bag for the future. That's my main focus. So I like you, you like me, and you want to be my life. We have to find a way to create a partnership where we can work together and build something together, because at the end of the day, love is not going to keep me interested in you. Love might not keep you interested in me. But if we building together, we are creating a foundation together, and we having things and having life to bend to our will, then we'll stay together longer, because it's not based on love. It's based on the fact that we work well together and we appreciate each other, because we need each other, because we create a mastermind with each other and we can accomplish things together. Now, will the love eventually, formulate itself into the relationship? Of course, because anybody that's being there for you, doing for you, being productive, adding to your life, you automatically going to fall in love with them. Love is going to automatically present themselves into the relationship. But the foundation is based on the fact that we can add value to each other. That's the foundation. That's what I build my relationship on. If I cannot add value to you, there's no reason for me to be in your life. The only reason I would want to be in your life is if I can add value. And if you can't add value to me, what is the purpose of you being in my life? Yeah, you got a pretty face. Yeah, you got a fat ass. Yeah, the pussy is good. Yeah, the sex is great. But at the end of the day, listen, man, What other type of attributes and value are you bringing in my life? Yeah, you might love me. Yeah, I might love you. But love ain't gonna pay the bills. Love ain't gonna make sure that we secure the bag for the future. Love is not gonna pay the private school bills for my kids. Love is not gonna pay the bills that they're gonna need when they grow up and go to college. You know what I mean? So all of these things that I gotta be thinking about as a man. Now, you may not have the privilege to think about those things, or you might not have the worries to think about those things because you look at life in a different way. I look at life in a way of securing the future, not only for myself, but also for my family, my future family. Not just the family I got now, because I don't have a kid or wife or nothing like that. But in the future, I intend to have a child. So I have to be preparing myself for the future me. I'm not living for the day. I'm living for the next 10 years, 20 years of my life. So I'm securing the bag now. If I want to be married with kids and children, I could do that today. You know what I'm saying? I could do that today. But that's not my intent. I'm not trying to do that right now. That's not what I'm after. That's not the goal. The goal is to inspire and motivate and affect as much people I can in a positive way and share my words of wisdom with the public, with the people, to help another person or another generation to carry the torch of greatness, right? So that's the motive, that's the goal, to inspire, to educate, to motivate. So if I had an intentions to being married or being cooped up in the house with kids, I'd do that. I can do that with ease. That's easy to do. You dig? But I have another agenda. You dig? My agenda, it's like what I said, is to inspire, is to motivate, is to educate, right? Is to be a positive force and a positive influence to humanity. That's the goal right now. Not to be cooped up in the crib, laid up with a wife, smelling farts. Nah, that's not gonna happen. That's not my reality, right? And that's the motive, right? So anytime I meet a woman, they gotta understand my mission. And they gotta be able to help me towards my mission. My mission is what it is. It's not gonna change. And I'm gonna build on top of that. We're gonna have businesses. We're gonna be doing things that's gonna benefit me and benefit you. I gotta make sure, help you to secure your future as well, because it's a team effort. So anytime I'm involved with somebody, that's the motive, is to build on top of a foundation, a solid foundation. Love will find its way into this relationship, but the motive is to help each other evolve. That's the real deal motive. You know what I mean? Minus all the fun that we're gonna have, minus all the sexual pleasure we're gonna have, what are we doing to help each other evolve? What are we doing to help each other grow? Are we securing the bag for the future? Or are we playing games, and we just kicking the shit and we bullshitting and playing with ourselves? And a lot of people are doing that out there. They're playing with time. And when they get 60 to 50 years old, they're gonna realize you can't hustle like how you was when you was 20 or 30. You can't move the same. You can't do the same things. The drive is not there no more. It's too late for you. You dig? And it's never too late in the grand scheme of things, but the ambition will start to diminish as you get older. So you have to work hard now, or not hard. I don't like to work hard. Just work. You don't gotta work hard. Just work. That's it. You know what I mean? Anyway, man. Yeah, I know what it is. I'm on my shit, man. I'm popping my shit, man. I'm on my shit. I'm popping my shit, you dig? Let me see what's going on in the comment section, man. Anthony Jackson, what it is and what it ain't. Yeah. It's the Pirates of the Caribbean. Niggas can't fuck with me, man.
That boy.
It's likquidcash, I need it all out the stash.
I'ma get rich or I'ma get deported. Riding cross country, my Ford Taurus with two hoes and they both foreign. These trick niggas about to get extorted.